announcement. All right. So, I'm releasing a new song in like 6 weeks. It's called Solace. And it is the very last song of, I don't even know what to call it, like the early Claire Michelle era. It's the last tune that I am releasing from a time when there was a lot of uncertainty in my life. So today, I want to share with you, hopefully in one take, because I'm not feeling so great today. I want to share with you a little bit about how this song came to be. And more specifically, talk about the time that I dressed up as a boy when I first moved out here to Seattle. So, if you don't know, I moved out to Seattle in 2014. I came out here and knew that the moment that I arrived in this city, I knew that I could be who I am today, who I needed to be, who I saw myself as. And so I tell people, like, I went full-time before hormones. I went full-time because I felt like, well, one, I didn't know anybody. And two, there was nothing holding me back. So why wait? So I went full-time before hormones. And at that time, I was living out of my car. I was living on somebody's couch. And I was pinching every single penny that I had. I was walking down the street and picking up little quarters or, anything that I could see, because I knew that if I had, just a little extra change in my pocket, maybe I could get dinner that night. Oh man, that was a hard time. Well, a couple weeks into living in Seattle, I was living on Eric's couch. Talked about Eric quite a bit on this channel. And I didn't want to deal with like having to put a face on, not like a makeup or anything like that, but like having to step out of the house and say, I am confident, I am comfortable, I am here, get out of my way, right? Because at that time, I was wearing the cheapest of the secondhand clothing. And, I looked homeless, just straight up. I looked homeless. It was not a good time for me. It was not a good look either. So every single morning I would get up, I'd wear clothes that were ill-fitting, that were, maybe a couple generations old in style. And I'd get out and I'd walk down that sidewalk. And one day I got up and I realized that I didn't want to put on that face, feel that confidence. I didn't want to shoulder that burden. So I still had my male clothes at the time. I went to the trunk of my car, opened up my trunk. There was my 2 office boxes filled with male clothes. And I put on a pair of jeans. Put on my top. I put my hair in a ponytail, very similar to as it is right now. And I decided that I'm going to take that day to not try to survive, but to take a break from this uncertainty and stress in my life and explore the city as a tourist, a male tourist. When I got down to Pike Place, that's when things got really difficult for me. Because as I was walking around, I was approached by different people, some, shop vendors, some other strange individuals. And every single one of them treated me as male. And for the very, very first time in my life, I realized that I was not a boy. I realized that I was a woman. And the feeling is unlike anything else. Like, it's this affirmation that you know everything that you thought you knew was true. And in that moment, when some guy was trying to sell me drugs, but like, in that moment, like, I knew that I could never, ever turn back. So I turned back, went back to the couch, and that next morning I put my feminine clothing back on, and my life felt like it had meaning. It felt like it was complete. I knew who I was. There was no uncertainty in my life anymore, right? And then my dad passed away a month and a half later, on December 7th, 2014. I had just started hormones, like the week prior. So I flew back to Michigan, and I still had my tux, my zoot suit at that time. And that was the second time that I had ever been in male clothing. And that one was not hard. I was treated as male when I was at my dad's funeral. But somehow it didn't have the same weight as that one moment at Pike Place did. And I've questioned why for a long time. And today I think I finally understood it. When I was at Pike Place, there was uncertainty. I didn't know who I was. I thought I knew, but I didn't. I was still figuring myself out. And then the affirmation came. But when I was with my dad that day, I knew who I was. And I knew that the people treating me as male would eventually go away and nobody would be there anymore, and I'd fly back to Seattle and be myself. I didn't care how people saw me because I knew who I was. And for the very first time in my life, I was comfortable. I was comfortable in my own skin, regardless of the clothes that I was wearing. So occasionally I bring up on this channel that I always identify as gender fluid. I did before transition, I do still now. And the reason that I'm bringing this vlog up is because last week's vlog, where I discussed transphobia, somebody mentioned that I had a very gender neutral outfit. And I responded back to them. I said, thank you. I was feeling a little more male that day. And I don't think that if I had ever had that affirmation at Pike Place, that I wouldn't be comfortable with a gender identity today as gender fluid. Oh, it's just some thoughts. So that's the first time that I ever dressed up as male as a female, and it was terrible. It was awful. I don't recommend it. It's not a good time. Especially when you're being perceived as male and you feel very female on the inside. That's the trick. That's the thing. All right. That's all I got for you this week. As I said, I'm not feeling well. I've got a nasty headache. I didn't sleep well. This has been a very stressful week for me. I've been editing footage for like 18 hours this week, just straight up, and I'm like exhausted. So that video's done. Yay! But I'm really tired. I was having stress dreams last night. Alright, so that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching this one. It was a little different, but I'm trying to stick to that weekly schedule. We got merch down below. We're going to have new designs coming out soon, so make sure to check out these designs before the new ones come out. Click the subscribe button. I believe it's this one. It might be that one. Or one of these boxes right here. Alright, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Let me know about your gender identity. And have you ever been a wolf in sheep's clothing? I don't know what to call it. Alright, take care. Goodbye.